Creativity is the ability to connect familiar things in new ways, to see patterns others don't see, and to extract solutions from problems that aren't obvious within the given framework. The education system is a mechanism that separates things instead of connecting them. It enforces one correct answer instead of encouraging questions, and it trains people to stay inside predefined boundaries instead of stepping outside them. Instead of teaching us how to think, school teaches us how to memorize. It doesn't teach us how to navigate a complex world, but how to become a cog in a system that works for the global elite, the owners of capital. At first glance, it looks like education is happening in school. In reality, it's conditioning. Conditioning works on a simple principle: reward for obedience, punishment for deviation. In school, thinking is not rewarded. Correct repetition is. Questions are not rewarded. Answers that match the answer key are. Mistakes are not used for learning, but for discipline. Grades are not feedback for growth. They are tools for behavior control. Sit still. Listen. Memorize. Repeat. Don't stand out. Over time, a child learns the most important lesson of all. It doesn't matter what you think, only whether you gave the answer that was expected. That's why children very early stop asking why and start asking, will this be on the test? That's not education. That's obedience training. And creativity in such a system is not a goal. It's an obstacle. Creativity is not measured by grades, but by the ability to think laterally. Lateral thinking is the ability to view a problem from multiple angles, to find solutions that aren't obvious, and to think beyond predefined frameworks instead of blindly following an algorithm. When children start school, about 98% of them show a high level of creativity, at the level of genius. After several years of schooling, that number drops to about 2%. This isn't something I made up. Look up the research by George Land and Beth Jarman based on measurements of divergent thinking. Their studies showed that 98% of children around the age of 5 are creative at a genius level. After years of formal education, that level drops to about 2% of adults. Tragic. Children didn't become less intelligent through the school system. Their thinking options were systematically removed until they were reduced to frameworks considered acceptable. School teaches us that there is only one correct answer and only one correct path to reach it. It teaches us not to experiment, because mistakes are punished with bad grades. It develops fear of trying instead of curiosity. And then we wonder why, as adults, we wait for instructions, are afraid to change jobs, can't solve problems without tutorials, seek security instead of meaning, and why most people never try to build anything of their own. That's not laziness. It's a learned pattern. School produces people who know how to listen, but not how to think. People who wait for permission. People who look for the right answer instead of the right question. But the world doesn't reward obedience. It rewards those who see differently. So the real question is this: do you want your children to be excellent students or capable human beings? And even more importantly, if you're already an adult, are you still living by the rules of school? Or have you finally started thinking for yourself? School produces obedience. Only a small number of individuals manage to preserve or awaken the curious child within and begin to think outside imposed boundaries. The education system was not designed to develop thinking individuals, but to ensure that masses can safely do the same jobs in the same way. That made sense in factories, where mistakes meant injury or breakdown. It makes no sense in a world that demands initiative and independent thinking. The question is simple: why are we still educating children this way?